Hi, my name is Liz Hathaway and this is my astrological look at the week ahead, the week starting the 17th of February 2020. So Monday today, Mercury is going retrograde, in 12 degrees 53 Pisces. So it's moving retrograde just as we actually as well move towards a new moon in Pisces. So there is that sense now, Mercury in Pisces, that sense of drawing in the power, if you like, drawing in the energy into this new moon, which is going to be taking place on Sunday, new moon in Pisces. It's sort of very psychic, it's very visionary, highly sensitive, Mercury in Pisces, and it's the sense of drawing in the power. We can see that theme as well coming in on Tuesday when we get the moon in Capricorn conjunct with Mars. Again, it's this concentration of focus, it's this drawing in of power. I think that's one of the themes this week, and I think how the energy will manifest itself is also seen as we've got Jupiter sextile Neptune this week, the first of three. It depends what level this Jupiter-Neptune is operating on. I mean, on one level, we can say Jupiter-Neptune, for example, is about spiritual ambition, because Jupiter is in Capricorn at the moment. So then, viewed in that light, this Mercury retrograde, this pulling in, this centering of the psychic power, if you like, within ourselves, this suggests to me a sort of movement towards self-development, towards spiritual maturity, spiritual development as well. Capricorn is very much about maturity, a mature vision, if you like, developing it. And that Mercury retrograde then adds something to that. It adds that contemplative side to it. There's also that hidden quality, because don't forget, when planets get close to the sun, they are invisible to the outside world, but on an inner level they can be manifesting very powerfully. But alternatively, Jupiter and Neptune sextile could be manifesting on a purely material level as well. Then we get to the idea of the dream, we get to the idea of speculation, taking gambles and risks, playing for the big score, if you like, the really in it to win it sort of thing. But again, with Neptune, there's always that little bit of elusiveness, and certainly because we have three transits of Jupiter sextile Neptune this year. The next one is on the 27th of July, and the whole process won't be finished until the 12th of October. This is very much, again, thinking of Mercury retrograde, it's very much about cooking the idea, cooking the plan, sort of letting it in a very Piscean way, because on Wednesday the sun moves into Pisces as well, weighing things up, playing with possibilities. There's a dual nature in Pisces. This fish, one of them is heading upwards, which is indeed very material, wants concrete results, and the other one, it's sort of going along the ecliptic, and it's much more we have the spiritual side and we have very much the material side in the fish. Sorry, the one fish moving up is much more spiritual. The one moving along the ecliptic is that side that's very much about making a mark in the world, worldly success, Jupiter ruled sign, of course. So I think a lot depends on what level we are working with, Jupiter Neptune. Because when we get into Friday, we see Mars trine Uranus, Sun sextile Uranus on Saturday. So Mars and the Sun very much, about male energy, very masculine, very much about the solar principle, again, emphasizing drive, emphasizing ambition, certainly Mars in Capricorn, striving. But with Uranus in the picture, it's about finding new avenues of self-expression. It's about new approaches to things, new ways of moving forward. It's also recognizing one's own specialness or one's own unique qualities, as opposed to being like anyone else. There's sort of always with Uranus, there's originality and there's the Uranian uniqueness, if you like, as well. So this is the kind of energy that's bringing us into that new moon, which is on Sunday. It's a very powerful new moon in many ways. It's sextile Mars, for example. Mercury retrograde is conjunct it, and it's trine the North Node. So in a way, certainly with Pisces, there is that duality. There is that sort of one level also with the new moon. It's a seed moment. It's something being planted. So things are hidden when the seed is in the earth. So, I mean, as well, Mercury retrograde, a theme could be what to reveal and what to conceal. What should we share? What should we still cook and brew and save for ourselves? But it's very subtle new moon. It's got, it's about perceptions, and it's about, that dark time of the month, really, when we have to feel our way forward intuitively. It's about trusting our intuition, trusting in our own power to make things happen, either materially, spiritually, or possibly both. Pisces as well, it's about the imagination. And with this Mars North Node coming in, we have to be able to imagine, to envision a new direction. So yeah, there's the seeds of the new are buried in the old. And this is the sign before the spring equinox, of course. So it's pregnant with possibilities. It really is. So though we might not be able to see the progress yet, we should not doubt that progress is being made. So it's a real mixed sort of energy this week. We've also, shortly after that new moon, we have, Venus in Aries, which is very hot, which is Mars ruled, square Jupiter in Capricorn, which is a sort of colder energy. It's the sign where Mars is exalted. So there's this sense of, running hot and cold as well. A sort of Pisces, I always find, is a bit of a melting pot. It is the ocean of possibilities. It's allowing things to merge, converge, come together, and wait for that eruption, which is certainly coming. That we can bet on that. Okay, thank you for listening. Have a brilliant new moon on Sunday. Set your intentions. Think about that Mars in there, because don't forget Venus and Jupiter squaring each other. So we don't want to go down the path of excess, and we don't want to go down the path of aggression. Mars in Capricorn can do that really well. So it's very much about softening, but also envisioning, and what do we share? What do we keep to ourselves? What do we reveal? And what do we conceal? Thank you for listening. Have a great week.